many centuries ago, along the corridors of a moonlit palace, unseen by the world, a handsome young prince was walking away from the powers and pleasures of his familiar royal life. As his chariot stood waiting at the portico, he paused for a moment of hesitation at the doors of his bedchamber and took one last loving look at his young wife and little son, sleeping in oblivious innocence. Then he tore away his resolute glance from the two slumbering figures and walked ahead into the arms of destiny. Along with that poignant moment in history, a veil began to lift from the slumbering spirituality of mankind. In that act of compelling courage and renunciation lay the most practical version of that universal promise of "Seek and thou shalt find." As Prince Siddhartha went on to become the Buddha, as he attained enlightenment, the thinking world found its path to wisdom. This difficult journey, thanks to Buddha, can be approached through a parallel road if we take recourse to a path that's lit up evenly by a source of enlightenment generated thousands of years ago. A path that's made soothing by the cool breeze of eternal teachings, guiding the attitudes and actions of the seeker in us ever since. At that historic flashpoint of his enlightenment had emerged the most compelling logic that makes all his teachings so simple to embrace. It is enshrined in the Four Noble Truths delineated by Buddha. Life in this world is characterized by suffering. Because this worldly suffering is all-pervading, it must have a universal cause, and he recognized that root cause of suffering as desire. He then realized that suffering can be overcome by giving up useless cravings and leading a life of high morals and service to others. He then showed us the 8 pursuits to enlightenment, the Eightfold Path. The right understanding, right motives, right speech, right action, right means of livelihood, right effort, right intellectual activity, and right contemplation.